Moms may call out their kids for too much screen time, but true confession time, we are guilty of it as well. Who hasn't lost time scrolling through Instagram or looked up maybe from your smartphone to see your husband or your kids trying to wave you down, flag you down, get your attention? Well, one wife's open letter to her husband about why she can't quit Instagram has women talking about why they use social media, and we want to join in on that conversation. Writer and mom Brooke Romney is here. Good to see you, my friend.
You too.
So this article, this open letter, as I understand it, was written to your husband in a moment where that topic was top of mind at your house, the use of social media, but it's really resonated with a lot of couples. Why do you think that is?
I think it's really hard because this actually started from a conversation he and I had. And what is so different between men and women is he sees my social media use as a waste of time, really, and I see it as a way to connect. And so we had a really great open conversation about what I'm doing on social media, and then also how I need to make sure that I'm keeping it in check. You know, sometimes I like to compare it to maybe his love of football. Right? It kind of seems like a waste of time, 4 hours in front of a football game, but it is a way that he connects with friends and fans and his team and all these things, and it makes him really happy. He doesn't need that same thing from social media or from friends. He probably posts once a year, you know?
How did that metaphor go over?
You know, it went really well.
Did it click?
Yeah, it clicked for him, and I think when he started to understand that I actually wasn't scrolling, I'm commenting, I'm liking, I'm asking questions of friends and family members. I'm sharing that information with my kids. Hey, guess what your cousin did? This is so cool. And we're forging connections. And I think sometimes people who don't use it don't understand that.
Sure, sure. There is that fine line between the benefits and the downside. I think every woman, I know I have, has asked myself at one time or the other, am I missing out on my own life because I'm spending so much time looking in on other people's lives? Does that ever...
Oh, that's so real. And I think that's why we had the conversation. And I actually said, hey, if there's a way that I'm using that's bothersome to you, let me know. And so he said, I don't want you to use it when we're driving. And I said, okay, I get that, because sometimes I'm thinking, oh, I'm in the passenger seat, I'm just like gonna scroll.
You've got two free hands.
Right. And so I try to not use it when we're driving so that we can have conversations together. For sure not on date night, that's one that we don't do.
Right.
And then he gets bothered sometimes by pictures, you know, like, okay, stop, I wanna take a picture. And so I've started just taking one picture and then just being done.
Calling it good.
Yep, and we don't have to do 1,000 pictures, but I do want to remember the moments and the memories. Those are important things to our whole family too.
I think there's two layers to this topic. I think it's certainly a valuable conversation to crack open, like spouse to spouse, husband to wife.
So too.
But I think it also gets into this movement that we're seeing right now to be more intentional and more purposeful with our social media. And I know it prompted you to reflect on the reasons why, you're using it. And the first one you say is just that connection point.
Yes, and I just, especially for a mom who's home all day without adults, you know, sometimes somebody who goes to work all day gets a lot of connection and interaction, but if you're home with, let's say, a baby and you don't talk the whole day, sometimes it's nice to know that someone out there is doing the same thing, or you get a great idea, or, you know, something like that clicks for you, and you have that conversation there. There's
the argument that social media can be a distraction. You say the flip side of that, though, is it can be really creatively charging. You get good ideas.
You really can. I mean, I think I felt grateful to be able to raise most of my babies without social media, but there are some amazing things that I found on blogs and Instagram and Facebook that have really helped and changed my family and given me great ideas for learning myself and growing, and also for teaching my children and creating traditions that I never would have done before. So it's a balance.
Well, there's that saying, right? It takes a village to raise a child.
Yes.
Do you consider social media the new virtual village?
I do think there's a part of a virtual village. You know, I would have never stayed connected with my cousins, my aunts, my uncles. And so there's truly like a real family connection that can be forged through social media. And also friendships that I've reconnected from elementary school, high school, about people that I truly care about, and I think they truly care about me. But like you said, there's a way to keep it in check, there's balance, and you don't want to miss out on what's going on in your own living room because you're looking at someone else's.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important that we're deliberate with our choices, our time, and, you know, who we follow and how much time we take when we're on social media.
Which is why I really appreciate that you approached it like this. Thoughtfully, you've laid out your reasoning, your argument, so to speak, but I think it allows your mind even to be more intentional about the times that you're picking it up and the times that you're not. We can read your letter on your websites?
Yes, you can. BrookeRomney.com or Facebook and Instagram at Brooke Romney Writes.
We'll link you over from our website to make it easy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.